It has nothing to do. Teaching them how to get out of it, it is much better if they're willing to learn. So it's like, you know, the student must come to the teacher. And when the student is ready, the teacher is there, always. Let's talk a little bit about disease in the body. And I'd like to just generally go through the body on the different parts and different patterns. The head, basically, metaphysically, represents us. This is what we see of each other. Most of us, most of the time, wear clothes, and we're pretty well covered up. However, the heads show. So this represents us. And when there is something wrong in the head, it usually means that we're feeling very bad about ourselves. You know, headaches are almost always invalidating the self, which means making yourself wrong for something. And the next time you get a headache, you might just ask yourself, how am I making myself wrong? What have I just done that I'm putting myself down for? And see if you can't forgive yourself for it and allow that loving, accepting energy to flow. I mean, even if you've made a tremendous goof, so what? Take it as a learning experience, not as an excuse to beat yourself up. Because that doesn't do any good. When you punish yourself, you don't learn anything. The ears are the capacity to hear the truth. And when there are problems with the ears, it usually means that on some level we're not happy about what we're hearing. You know, earaches are very, very common in little children. Little kids have earaches all the time. And I think it comes from two things. One, they hear a lot of stuff that they get angry about and they can't do anything about. Because little kids are often not allowed to be angry. And also they hear no so much. And they want to shut it off. And so they get earaches. Any sore, any cut, any burn, any inflammation, any fever, any itis of any sort, any bruise is anger, any cut. All these things are anger that's turned against the self. Hair, metaphysically, is strength. Now, it's interesting when you think about how hair grows. The hair grows through the hair follicle. And very often, when we get tight and tense and nervous, we have it started back here in the shoulders, we bring it up through the neck and over the top of the scalp, and very often we bring it down around the eyes too. But when the scalp is really tight and the hair can't breathe, then it falls over and dies. And if we keep that scalp really tight with tension, the new hairs can't grow through, and we get what we call baldness. Now, just for a moment, I would like everybody in the room to relax their scalp. Okay, did your scalp move? You don't have to tell me, just know yourself. That means that you normally keep your scalp in a state of tension. And it might be a wonderful exercise for you about 10 times a day to just say, scalp, you can relax. Just let go. And begin to make a habit of relaxing your scalp. Tightening your scalp does not do anything in the world. Doesn't make you brighter or stronger. Won't get the girl or the guy. It doesn't lose anything. All it does is make tension for you. So let your scalp relax. The eyes are the capacity to see. And when there are problems with the eyes, it means that there's something we're not willing to see, or we're afraid to see, or we don't know how to see. It can be past or present or future. It can be part of our life or all of our life, or we can see life through two different ways. If you have astigmatism, it's like we see life in two different directions. I do not believe that the reason people begin to wear glasses is that they're getting older and middle-aged. I think that what happens is many people spend a lifetime of saying, I don't want to see that, I don't want to look at that, don't show me that, don't let me see that. And remember, the eyes, the cells in the body begin to listen to what we're saying. They hear everything. And they begin to turn the sight off. When I see a little child wearing glasses, I always know there's stuff going on in that family they don't want to look at. The mouth is the capacity to break down ideas for analysis and decisions, and discrimination and taste, like you would food. Teeth problems are almost always long-standing indecision. The throat is the avenue of expression. This is where we express ourselves. This is where we say, I am, and I want, and I have, and I will. This is where our creativity flows. And it's also the area, the chakra center in our body where change takes place. When we feel we don't have a right to speak up for ourselves, we often have throat problems. And laryngitis, sore throats are just anger, and laryngitis is literally being so mad that you cannot speak. Thyroid has to do with creativity, thyroid problems. And it's not expressing ourselves. People who have thyroid problems usually do what their mothers want, or their fathers want, or their husbands, or their lovers, or their wives, or their bosses, somebody else, but not themselves. And you could say, well, you know, there's a lot of things with thyroid and goiter in the Midwest, but then where are people more bound by what the neighbors think and the shoulds of life? All right, shoulders have to do with burden bearing, carrying the weight of the world on your shoulders, taking other people's problems and carrying them, and not being free to shoulder your own responsibilities. However, we can make light of them. They don't have to be heavy burdens. The experiences we have in life do not have to be heavy burdens. They can be experiences. There are certain things in life that are normal and natural to life. And it's part of our experience. Being born, growing up, having relationships, ending relationships, getting jobs, ending jobs, getting married, having babies, people dying, dying ourselves. These are normal and natural parts of life. And they're experiences that we're all meant to go through so that we have that experience. Arms and hands hold and embrace ideas and events and situations and experiences. And when we have problems with the arms, it usually means that there's some experience that we're going through that is difficult to embrace, or perhaps it's too much. The lower part of the arm has to do with your abilities, and the upper part, your capacity. Now, I've noticed something, that when people nurse someone who has been ill for a long time, they often have upper arm problems. It's like they have the ability to do it, but their capacity gets stretched, and it becomes too much, and it's almost a burden. Hands hold and grasp, and they hold lightly and lovingly, or they clutch. And when there are problems with the hands, it usually means that there's something that you're experiencing and going through that is too difficult to handle. There's a problem with it. Fingers have to do with details. Our back, the back is the support of life. This is where we're supported by life, where we feel supported by life. And when there are problems with the back, it usually means that on some level we feel that we're not supported. The upper back has to do with the feeling of the lack of emotional support. It's like my husband doesn't support me, or my wife doesn't support me, my lover doesn't support me, my friends don't support me, my boss, feeling unsupported. The middle back has to do with guilt, all that stuff back there. And the lower back usually has to do with finances. And where do we have so much problems with the lower back? Sciatic nerve is almost always money. Fear of money, not money itself, but the fear of it. And it has absolutely nothing to do with how much you have. It's how you feel about it. You know, so many people think that money is the most important thing in the world, and if they don't have money, they would just die. But that's not true. There's a substance that is far more precious and far more important to us that we literally can't live without. What is that? Love. No, plenty of people are miserable and lonely most of their life and live.
Air.
Air. Your air, your breath. Your breath is the most important thing that you have, the most precious thing. If you didn't take another breath, you wouldn't last 3 minutes and you'd never get out of this room. And yet we absolutely take for granted that our next breath is there. Look at us, we're all in this room breathing, and I'm not saying don't breathe, there's not enough for me. We assume that it's there. And when we exhale, we don't think about where's my next breath coming from.
All right, guys. Good morning. It is October 25th, Wednesday, October 25th here in Utah. It is a beautiful 57 degrees Fahrenheit. A little freeze watch here in Utah, a little breezy. All good, all good. Perfect. All right, guys. I imagine you guys are all doing well. I trust you're all ready for today's episode and live stream. So guys, drop some sevens in the chat if you guys can hear me loud and clear and you guys can see my screen. Just a little test. So I changed a couple settings last night, so it should start looking a little different, but I want to make sure that the settings didn't alter anything. So drop some sevens in the chat if you guys can hear me. My boy Ozzy, look at you, bro. Nice. Proud of you. Let's go. Good morning. Awesome. Cool. Thank you guys. I appreciate that. All right, guys. As always, we're going to start with the DXY. I want to bring up the set of news that we had yesterday and today. So yesterday we had flash PMI. And next week, we still have PMI, believe it or not. But there's two types of PMIs, and that's something that you should probably note. There's ISM manufacturing PMI, and then there's a flash PMI, which was the one that we had yesterday. So two different impacts, definitely something to note. Here on Wednesday, we don't have much US dollar news. We have Federal Jerome Powell speaking at 4:35 p.m. May not be very impactful. The market will be definitely closed by then, but we'll be closing out by then. So just an FYI, in case you guys do find yourselves trading throughout that time. It'd be like the last 2 hours of the day, last hour and a half. On Euro USD, we have lots of news this week, but really, honestly, the only one that I really focus on, and you guys know this by now, is USD. So we don't have news till Thursday, tomorrow, in terms of the US dollar after this Jerome Powell speech. So we're going to leave it there Thursday. And then Friday, we do have some news. Okay, so Thursday, Friday are going to be a little bit more eventful in terms of red folders and US dollar. So we're going to be looking at that. And next week is NFP, one of our favorite events, right? So closing out this month strong. This is the last full week of the month. Can you guys believe that the first month of this last quarter is almost over already? It's crazy. Yesterday when we were here, I know we were trading down into this area down here, okay? And as we were trading down and away from it, we were looking at this previous weekly high. I mentioned to you guys that I believe that this is enough support. This double bottom right here is enough support to take price to a new high. So first, I'm going to be aiming for this weekly high, and more than likely the one right here to the left and that one next. So they're kind of going to go in order of which one gets hit first, and I'm going to go with the closest one as we proceed towards this high. Okay, so weekly objective is still intact. It hasn't been hit yet. Yesterday we did hit our objective. Not yesterday, but we did actually hit it today. So yesterday's objective got hit today, and you guys can see that here, that yesterday's objective got hit very nicely. Now here we are trading into, we are trading into this previous area of distribution. Okay, if we were looking at this range, this is the previous high, that's the new low. We can see some potential distribution taking place from this area. I mean, we have a lot of liquidity built up to the upside, so maybe today we get some slight rejection towards the downside, but just know that I'm overall still bullish. I remain bullish long term for this week. And yeah, in terms of shorts, if we do short, I believe that we're gonna short into this previous area right here, this previous area of accumulation, either below the Asian low or into the Asian price action into the upside. So I can see either one of those happening. Just more, I more see the longs below the Asian low, preferably. So we'll see if that even takes place, because US dollar doesn't necessarily have to get back down below Asian low. It can literally just keep going because of all this major liquidity that it's already secured for the week. So downside liquidity, I mean, you guys can see we took days, weeks worth of data and swept it. So for me, you know, necessarily this low doesn't have to take place for us to just continue pumping. Today's objective is my weekly objective, so I'm gonna leave that the same. Okay, I'm gonna drop that in my journal, as you guys already know. Journaling here with you guys as we go through these calls. But yeah, my daily objective remains previous weekly high. And yeah, so maybe short-term bearishness for now, a nice retracement for a continuation to the upside. Yeah, I would have definitely liked the retracement to start after we took this high and not when we traded into this previous area of distribution. So I'm going to be very cautious of that. The liquidity taken. Okay, we could go down to this Asian low. So it's just really going to depend on whether or not on the 1 hour we close below this imbalance, or if we respect it. If we continue to respect it, I do believe we're just going to push higher from here. Okay. So I'm also going to just break down EU really quick. And then I mentioned to you guys yesterday that we do have a special guest today. All right. And he is here with us as well. So after I'm done breaking down EU, I'm going to pass the mic over to our guests and the screen over to our guests so they can do their analysis and share their thoughts of the market. Okay. So now for EU, I mean, you guys already know. I mean, I was looking at some gaps right here, some gaps right here. I don't know why my weekly indicator's not popping up. Or no, because this is the weekly. Okay, right there. Let's see the monthly. Yeah, the weekly. Some gaps right here. I really like to look at gaps a lot. See how we made it to the top of that range. We're respecting the bearish order flow overall. I do see us taking back this liquidity. I've been talking about all of this liquidity for a while. I believe it is time. I'm no longer looking at that low right there, but I do believe it is time to take back all of this liquidity. That's as long as DXY doesn't make a nice distribution on the 1 hour and respects that bullish order flow. I do believe that we're gonna get some nice melts to the downside. It may not happen today. We may get a slight retracement today, but if we got a retracement today, I don't believe that it's gonna take out this current high of the week. I do see this as the current high of the week, as the high of the week that's gonna be set. Personally don't see this getting taken out this week at least. So if we do get a retracement, it's above Asian liquidity, maybe into this blue shaded area, which is a gap right here on the left hand side, as you guys can see a little bit better right there. Okay, so making it back into that area is not something I'm against. I can definitely see that taking place. So that's my overall thoughts right now. I just don't think EU is in the most ideal spot to short from, even though the shorts do look pretty clean. For me, it's like I need a little bit higher into this range for me to really determine whether I want to short. Because right now at this part of the range, I kind of don't want to see, or I don't want to short myself. I want to see it a little bit higher into this range. So that's kind of where I currently stand with EU. A little bit more of a pullback before we short off. Ideally, doesn't have to take place, but that's ideally where I would like to take the trade from. So I guess if we're technically speaking, I'm gonna add an alert right here above Asian highs, and then we'll see what's good there. Okay, but for now, just following, waiting for the dollar to really do what it needs to do by the end of this hour. Now we got another 8 minutes. I don't want to take too much time from indices because I know our guest is going to break down Dow Jones and I believe gold as well. So I'm gonna pass over the screen to you, brother. Now I want to welcome this individual, guys. I want you guys to drop some sevens in the chat for this individual. Not only has it impacted individuals all across the United States and has helped many individuals achieve multiple figure incomes and achieve funding, achieve challenges, passing their challenges, achieve new levels of understanding in their trading. I know this individual has also helped me a ton to clarify my biases, to clarify my areas. And so I want to introduce this individual not only as a trader, but as an influencer. He's definitely influenced me into getting myself back in the gym, taking my health more seriously, taking my discipline more seriously to a new level. Because every time I see this individual on my Instagram, I immediately want to just turn off my phone and go outside and do something more active with my life. He inspires me to want to be on the move. So Cristobal, brother, if you don't mind unmuting yourself, bro, I'll pass over the screen to you. Welcome, bro. Thank you so much for being here today, bro. I appreciate you.
Brother, thank you so much for reminding me. Thank you. When I saw your message, I was like, sheesh, finally. Thank you, brother. I admire you so much too, bro. You have this discipline since I met you for trading every day, and when I see this kind of challenge that you were going to go live for, you said 30 days, and then you were in the 20 day, and I was like, sheesh, he's doing it, he's killing it. Brother,
thank you, bro.
Thank you so much. Every time you text me and every time you respond on one of my stories or just texting me, for real, this is like gas for me. It is my gas, it's my fuel, because just if I have impact one person, that's enough for me. That's enough. That's what I want to do. I want to inspire other people to not just trade or be financial free or have financial freedom. I really want to do this like in a balance for everything: your health, your mindset, your spirit, your economic situation. Everything has to be a balanced for have a successful life, you know. And sometimes I'm gonna be struggling with my English because my English is not my first language, but I can tell you that you are going to understand me. So, brother, thank you so much.
Yeah, bro,
for this amazing introduction, and just let's do it. Let's get it. We have 5 minutes before you start. Can they see me if I turn on my camera?
They will be able to see you, so I'm gonna share the whole Zoom, so they will be able to see everything that you share on Zoom.
I just want to have this for a couple minutes, this connection with these people. Whoa, yes. Thank you, brother. This is me. I'm Cristobal, and I'm so happy to be here. I'm so grateful to be here. Grand Rising. I don't know what hour do you have? I think you have 6 in the morning, 7 in the morning.
Yeah, it's 7 a.m. for me right now. Yeah,
almost 7 a.m. Okay, well, I'm Cristobal, Super Saiyan, and I'm so grateful to be here, sharing the screen, sharing the charts with my friend Huge Mindset. uh, let's get it. Let's do it. I'm gonna share my screen so you can see what I am doing right now. Okay, let me know if you can see my screen now. 3, 2, 1. Okay, all right. Can you confirm that you can see this?
Yeah, we can see your screen.
Oh, perfect. Let me start with I wanna show you how I see the market. I have too many. I have too many draws here. My computer is fixing the charge pin, so I'm from my iPad.
All good,
Sometimes
bro. I love my
yeah,
iPad.
I love my iPad too. Let's remove everything. All what I removed now is like my analysis from the last 2 years. So I am really like into the US 30. I like to not chase it. How can I say the word like
Follow?
Boise? I follow. I'm following the US 30. People, let me know if you speak Spanish because I know that I have many Spanish speakers too here.
Yeah, for sure.
Sheesh. Okay. I'm so happy here to show you some kind of analysis. And what I'm seeing right now is that this movement has taken all this liquidity from here. And also, if I can see this, it's enough for taking the liquidity from this other place. Well, let me turn on my magnet so I can be more precise here. So what I have here is this liquidity taken, and we have 2 minutes before the New York session opens. All right, let's see this. If I can see that this movement has taken, you see, institutional candle, and now we're going, okay, and now we're going down, rejecting a little bit, but what I see in the market is that we're going to go down. Okay, let's go to the 1 week so I can follow the trend, big trend, you know, and it's also actually going down. I'm gonna place where are gonna be my interest pivot points. So it's gonna be my mitigation here. Probably open where open trades. There's a price where the institutionals open it before going up. So here we should see a mitigation point too. Okay, I can change my mind if I go deep into lower like this. Yes, into lower. Sometimes I forgot some words in English.
You're good, bro. No worries.
Okay.
So do you
This
focus
is
like on unmitigated zones that kind of shifted price action in the opposing direction?
yes, yes, sir.
Like that. That's
Because if I see that in the big 15 minutes to 1 week, you know, how you say this in English? When I change this
time frames.
intervals, time frames. Fuck yes, time frames. Okay, in the big time frames, I can realize where it's gonna mitigate, and then I use the smart money concept to follow the price and try to take entry points in the lower time frames, like the 1 minute or 5 minute time frames. Okay, so this is a disturbance candle. We have the market open right now. Let's see. Okay, what we have here, we have been in a downtrend. So you can see here, right? Downtrend, lower low, retracement, lower low, retracement. We're about to get a lower low, maybe not. We don't know what's going to happen here. So that's why we go into lower time frames and see what actually is going on. Okay. We have to find the liquidity, institutional movements, and then wait for our confirmations before getting into the zone. Like why I'm going to select this, because in the 4 hour we have an imbalance here, and we have an open candle here. Okay, where the price started, it was here. So all this zone I'm going to mark down. Okay, this is going to be a mitigation zone for me for the high time frames. Okay, what else we have here? Let's see. Let's go down. Let's go to lower time frames. 1 hour. Okay, in the 1 hour, we have this imbalance already mitigated. So I'm going to change it to the next imbalance that we have here. Okay, so this zone is going to be the interest point for me. Okay, what else we have here? Can you see this trend? The trend's your friend, but when it comes again, here, for me, it's gonna be like liquidity.
Yeah.
I can see this as a trend, but when it comes again, for sure, trust me that there's gonna be liquidity. Okay. Okay. All right. Let's. I wanna see what's going on here into 15-minute time frame. Now I can say time frame. No, don't forget it. Okay. Let's go to the past. We can go to the past. See where it went up or went down. Okay. I can see this movement, the institutional movement, before it went down. So here's going to be something interesting for me. Okay. And also we can go into the last movement. That's going to be it will be this candle. It will be this candle, but we have to be careful, because you know that the last point sometimes is the last point. It's been sometimes it's liquidated too from the institutions. Okay,
Yeah.
let's go to the 5-minute chart. So let's see what we have here. Okay, I like something here. This movement and this break of structure, retracement, nice retracement. The retracement is also liquidated this retail traders from here. Let's see if we can find an entry point. We also, okay, all right. Yes, I told you I was looking for sells. Actually, at this point, I am not looking I'm not looking for buys in a downtrend, or if I see a buy opportunity, sometimes I just let it go, you know. But if I really want to trade it, I put it into 1/4 of my regular risk. So if I risk like 0.5% per trade, this time I'm going to risk just 12.5 of this point. 12.5, you know.
Yeah.
Is this correct?
Yeah.
I mean, my mathematics. Yeah.
Okay. That's a quarter of half.
Yeah, that's a quarter. All right. So if I lose this, it's okay. It doesn't. You even can laugh about it.
Yeah.
But if you win it, if this is a positive trade for you, you're gonna get another 0.5%. That means that your next trade is gonna be for free. I see this like that.
That's really cool.
And I like that.
Yeah.
But trust me, if you can just wait, like for real, just wait, that's better too. You don't have to trade it. You don't have to be right. You don't have to trade it. You don't have to be right. Let's see what you rejected. Nice. I like this too. This point. Okay. I like this mitigation. That was perfect mitigation here. You also can use your Fibonacci just to understand where it can go, because I don't have the 15 second time frame, and my entry point that I like is gonna be from the 71. So let me erase this. Okay, from the 71.3 to the 78.6 and even to the 88.6. What I have here and why I selected this point is because here I have the imbalance. All right. If you got into this trade, it's okay. It's nice. Nice rejection. It's a really nice rejection here. Okay. Let's just wait. Okay. And if I have this rejection here to the 0.5%, that means that this should go into the 50% of the impulse too. All right. And what actually I like to do is to protect my capital, right? So if I got this trade into here, my stop loss should be here. My take profit, my first take profit should be here. What I like and what I don't like, I'm gonna tell you. What I like is that the mitigation was perfect. What I don't like, I think Hyunjin, he knows what I don't like. It's this, the risk reward ratio.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's too low for me, but only to understand where the market can reject. That's good. That's really good, because you understand the movements, you understand the institutional trading, so you can see where it goes. All right, that's really good. If you got the entry point, it was nice.
What is your minimum risk to reward that you're willing to take?
Sometimes I get this 2.2, but I really don't like it. My minimum is 103.
103.
103, 104. That's good. Sometimes if I see like a 108, if I can see like my more confidence on myself, or more nice moves from the market, I let it go. But if I see too much like volatilidad,
Oh, volatility?
Volatility,
Yeah.
yeah. I got out in 0.5% of the 1.8, so it's gonna be 104. I have the 50% out.
Okay.
Yeah.
How do you get those like extension levels? How did you get to that extension level right there?
Bro, for real, studying the Fibonacci movements, like backtesting. So
That's badass.
I know that when it comes to the 88%, the extension is gonna be the 14%. When I see the mitigation on the 78.5%, that's gonna be to the 27. So I can realize where can I put my take profit, but not just that. It's like the combination of everything, you know,
Right.
the combination of where I can see in the past institutional movements,
Yeah.
pivot points, liquidity, you know,
Yeah.
what else? Order blocks, equal lows, equal highs. Okay, so when I see that, this is the more interesting part. When I see the mitigation into the 71%, that's that's why it's one of my favorites. Because when I see the mitigation from to the 71.3%, this is the largest extension, goes into the 73.1%.
That's badass. That's really interesting. Oh, there
It's
it is.
really interesting.
Wow.
So it just got it, you see?
Wow.
And it's gonna be the rejection into the 0.5%. That's nice. It just took out this liquidity from it. And sheesh, come on. The stop losses from all the people who were
Long.
trading into longs, nice. And do you remember what I told you? When it comes back into this trend that you can see, like trend, it's not trend anymore. Now this trend line is gonna be
Liquidated.
liquidity.
Yeah.
So now you can see here, all right, a better. Now you can see a better risk reward ratio. 103. That's nice. Now you can see this. Also, like I told you, if this is gonna be liquidity, it's going to go even lower.
Right.
Even lower. Okay. How can we find a point to get out our trade? We're gonna see where it didn't mitigate it. Is this mitigated? Yes. You can see the mitigation here, right? This is mitigated, this is mitigated, this is mitigated, this is mitigated. That means that it can go even lower. What is not mitigated here? Sheesh, you can see this last institutional movement, even with imbalance, it's gonna be here. This is gonna be my mitigation point, because it never went. So it's gonna melt. That means it's gonna melt. Just remember that lower, or in this case, the lower you put your take profit, is gonna be less probability, right? That or the higher you put your take profit, if that's a buy, it's gonna be less probability. Right. But it doesn't mean that it can't go. If this goes into this point, if that melts down, that's gonna be nice, really nice here. You can see it. Sheesh.
Super good movement.
Papi, when I see these movements, I'm out here. I'm out at least 50%, 60%, 70% of my trade, and then I just let it go so I can screenshot and show it on Instagram. Okay. If you got this trade, guys, you just can get out of it. 70% of it, 60%, 80%. It's your decision, but I would be out at this point. This, like I told you, 60, 70%. It's enough for me because I got this 103. And then just let it go. If that goes into my my last take profit, that's cool. That's nice. If it doesn't, it's okay. Even like yesterday, I got out twice, and it was like okay. It was really okay. When we were in this point, what I told you, what I like to protect my capital. So that means that I'm always like in break even at that point. Okay. So remember again, when I see these movements going down and I have at least 101, I'm protecting my capital. So if the graphic, if the price went up again, I don't care. It's okay because I can be out and take another entry point much better, you know?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, sometimes what I learned from you, from Christian, Christian Bosch and Matthew is like, don't put break even too soon. because you can get out, and then your trade, you're gonna be like regretting it. And that's a really good lesson that I learned. But it depends, and this you are going to see in your own experience, like when the patterns tells you to don't move your stop loss to break even, and when your experience can recognize the patterns, that you can see like I maybe should move my stop. Okay, you're going to learn this from your own experience. I can be talking and talking and talking and telling you this pattern, this other pattern, this other pattern, but use your own experience that is going to tell you what you want to do. Okay, and if you are wrong, it's okay. Don't be mad at yourself. Just take it like as a lesson. All right.
That was a beautiful
it's
short.
Always,
Beautiful short.
It's always there another opportunity. There's opportunities the whole day. Even sometimes I have an opportunity at my 12. Like yesterday, it was really nice because I got my opportunity at 12 after I was took out. Because look, my trade yesterday was this one. At this point, my stop was here. This was my entry. I might take profit. I don't remember exactly, but I think it was like here. Yes. And it was good at the first time because I saw, well, I have two, I was took out twice. My first entry was here in this point. My next entry was in this candle, and my next entry was here. So my stop was here. Okay, after I saw this movement, breakout structure, I decided to take another trade here. So this movement told me, okay, now I can move my stop. So this entry point, I was took out on break even, and this entry point, I was took out on stop loss, and that's okay. It's okay because my risk is not high. My risk was at 0.05 each trade. So with the two trades that I lost, it was not even 0.09, I think, because it was 0.03, 0.04, and it was, I think, 0.07 something when I lost this trade, and it was okay. But this one was on break even, and this trade was on 0.25%. So this was like the trade, and it was okay because I was took out on break even, and then I saw this movement. It was beautiful. This movement was beautiful. I didn't take it, and then I saw again this break of structure, and I would be able to take this trade if I wouldn't be in the gym, because look at what time it was. 3 p.m. Okay, 3 p.m. So I'm glad that I was not here, but because I would be take the entry like in this point, and I would be take out into this point, because after I saw this breakup structure, then my mitigation point would be here or here. That would be take out because, you know, this movement was the institutional movement. And let's see how can we get advantage of this kind of movements. Okay, what was the last movement? This is my higher point, my highest point. Okay, where it started here. So all this is gonna be my interest point. So my mitigation should be here. Let's see if that happened. It didn't happen yet. So maybe it was mitigated here. It was mitigated from this point. This imbalance was taken. Okay, this point was also taken. When I see mitigated, like this, I can see mitigated, and this, okay, I have an imbalance, have some orders not mitigated, not still mitigated. So I can see here, okay. Also, this movement, last movement, okay, all this from here would be interest points to me. Just to the last, okay. It's here. Okay. Let's see. Now if we got something we did. This is nice because I can see my mitigation points. Let's see what's going on with here. Okay, let me erase this just because I don't want to have too much lines in my chart. I like to have a clean chart, clean graphics. So what do you see here? What do you see here? Okay, higher high, retracement, higher high, retracement, higher high, retracement, higher high, retracement, higher high, not enough retracement, not another higher high, and then we see this break of structure, the retracement into to mitigating the last open candles that we can see here, okay? Mitigating, retracement. This is gonna be like really interesting point for me. So, I mean, this one is the candle. Why? Because we can see here liquidity in really low time frames, like 15-second chart, 5-second chart. Oh, my cell phone was okay. So here's gonna be my interest point, stop loss here, and balance here. So mitigate the mitigation, perfect here. As you can see, it respected just perfect. Okay. Okay. Nice. So this is my analysis, my breakdown into the US 30 pair.
And could I ask you, bro, how long have you been trading? Wow, this short is just shorting.
6 years now. I've been trading for 6 years. 5 years like in the professional way. I mean, behaving as a professional, because the yeah, the first month I was just lost, and I was like just not doing the things that a professional trader would do.
Right.
So I was like, how can I become a professional trader? And I was like, okay, if I behave as a professional, sometimes sometimes I am going to be a professional trader. you know it's the same like into the gym. If you want to be like a bodybuilder or just go into the gym to look good, to feel good, to have your health in a good situation, you should go every day and behave as a healthier person, behave as a sportman, behave as a bodybuilder. So you must be disciplined, constant, eat good, descansar bien,
Right.
rest good, sleep your 8 hours, have your supplements, your vitamins. If you want to be a happy person, you should behave as a happy person. What does a happy person does? Happy person talks good to himself. So telling you into your own time, like, okay, I'm happy, I love myself, I'm going to do things that makes me happy. When I will be sharing time with my family, that makes me happy. Okay, I'm gonna be sharing time with my dog. My dog makes me happy. If I wanna have really good friendships, that makes me happy. Okay, I'm going to have this kind of person that makes me happy. I don't want to hang out with people that judge me or criticize me or makes me feel bad, because that is not gonna make me happy. So if you want to be a good trader, you should do the things that a good trader does. If you want to be a professional trader, much better. So you should behave as a professional trader, so you can become a professional trader sometime. What about you? I know you have been trading for a long time too.
So I actually started smart money concepts. I will go back to like 2019. Before that, from 2018 to 2019, I was trading retail concepts, and I was in I don't know if you guys know Q Banks, but I was in Q Banks course. That's where I saw, for the first time, I saw V for Valentino.
Yeah, my brother.
Yeah, and then from there, when I saw Iffy, I started just, I asked I think my wife at the time, she like told me, she was like, oh yeah, he's in the academy that I'm in. And I was like, oh, what academy is that? We were dating back then. We had just barely met, and she told me I'm in I Am Academy. So once I saw I Am Academy, I followed Jordan Morgan, and I came across everyone else. But that's really how I got introduced into smart money concepts. Now, like how I got introduced into profitability, I think it was just like you said, is I got pretty sick of myself, and I realized that I wasn't trading like a professional. Like I realized that, and it took a lot of failures, a lot of losses for me to realize like I really wasn't taking myself serious enough. Like I could take myself 100 times more serious, And I don't know, that's really when everything kind of changed for me, is when, like you said, it's like when you realize and ask yourself, like, how would a professional trader behave? Would a professional trader want to work with me? That one was a big one for me. Is that question is, and Matthew told me this a while back. He's like, you need to ask yourself, like, would a hedge fund investor or would a millionaire, billionaire investor want to invest in your business? Would they want to invest in you? If you were not to do a prop firm and you were to go for, because there are prop firms out there that aren't simulated. There are hedge funds out there that will give you, an account to manage. And so if you were to go to one of these professional environments, would they currently accept your working standards? Would they currently accept your trading history? Would they currently accept you and look over your performance and consider you as a candidate? And you got to ask yourself those things. When I asked myself that, I was just like, I've always wanted to work with one of the bigger names in this industry. And I asked myself, is like, would Q Banks want to do business with me? If he looked over my history, would Q Banks want to do, business with me? Just as an example, right? Not necessarily Q Banks, but you guys know what I mean. It's like, well, one of these big influencers, would they want to work with me? Would one of these huge hedge fund investors, would they want to invest in me, with my current state of trading? And that really changed it for me, because my answer back then was hell no. Like, I wouldn't even want to do business with me. I had my trading plan was on a sticky note on the side of my desk. Not bagging on anybody with their sticky note trading plan. I'm just saying that's just kind of how I viewed it. I was just like, okay, I can't present my sticky note to a professional business, right? That's actually trading. I have to step up my game in all aspects, not just in trading, but I that moment, that's when I was just like, okay, even if we're not even talking about trading related, would these millionaires, billionaires want to be around me? Would they give me their time of the day? Would I give myself in their shoes the time of the day? And the answer was no back then. And that, again, those questions really snapped me back to reality, because I'm just like, all right, if the answer is anything but yes, then there's stuff that I definitely need to work on. And that's just professionalism. It goes back to running your trading like a business and treating your craft like a business instead of just a hobby that you show up on and do every day. So it was mainly like switching from that retail mentality to more professional state of mind. Just like you said, I really like that way you put it.
Yes, sir. I think like it's mental, 100% mental. Why people cannot be rentable, why people cannot be consistent, disciplined, or why people cannot be profitable is because of their mind. The mindset is not good. And if the mindset is not good, most of the time it means because their habits are not good. Their life is not good. Sometimes they are struggling with, I know my people that sometimes you can have problems, because we all have problems. But the way you see the problems is different as the way I see the problems now. Because it's just the mindset. It's just the mindset. When I have something that's going bad, like, I mean, entre comillas, bad, I mean, I'm struggling, and I'm having thoughts, and I remember, oh, thank you, God. Sorry for doubting. Sorry for having these thoughts. I know you don't make mistakes. I don't know how, universe, but this is going to end good. This situation that's happening right now, that I thought that it was bad situation. I don't know how, but it's going to turn into a good situation.
Wow.
So thank you, God. I don't know what you were trying to teach me, but I believe you. I trust you. And I'm just waiting into the good situation, and that's always the way I think right now. And that's why I can understand, and I can really say that being rentable, being a professional trader, is just a way of thinking. The way you think is the way you speak. The way you speak is the way you act. And the way you act is going to turn into your reality, because everything starts with the thought,
Yeah.
with your thoughts. Your thoughts, your words, your actions becomes your reality. So you must think good, you must speak good, you must act, behave good, and then you're gonna have a good life,
Yeah.
a really nice good life. And I'm not talking about luxuries, I'm not talking about Lambos, I'm not talking about um lifestyle, superficial lifestyle. That it's nice, you can have it, but when I mean this, I'm talking about a successful internal life. When when you feel good, when you wake up, when you open your eyes, and the first thing you say is, "Thank you, God, for having a new day. Thank you uh, um, for keeping me alive. Thank you for having. Thank you for giving me a new opportunity to make things good, to be happy, to feel grateful with everything that I have today. Thank you for because I have blankets. I have clean blankets. Thank you because I have people around me that loves me. Thank you for the smell of the toast because I really like that. And
Yeah.
sometimes we don't appreciate these little things. So how can you are going to have big things
Yeah.
like cars and travels and luxuries if you don't appreciate the small things that fills you up, that fills your soul, that fills your spirit? How are you going to meet the people that are going to help you to um, go higher if you don't, if you're not grateful for the people that you have now? Your
Yeah.
mom, your brothers, sisters, all your siblings, your good friends. How how universe is going to give you more if you don't appreciate the things that you have now? So that's what I'm talking about, a successful life. When you wake up in the morning and you feel good and you even jump because
Yeah.
this is the kind of person that I am now.
Yeah.
I wake up and I jump and I'm like, sheesh, having a dance and putting my music that I like to dance, and calling my wife and telling her, "Hey, baby, good morning. I love you. You look beautiful. You know, let's pray together." And that's what we do every day. Actually, in 45 minutes, we have the Bible lesson. We are having classes to learn how to read the Bible,
Wow.
how to yeah, and we do this together. And it's the first class actually today because we were reading the Bible for a couple months and just reading it like, but without a guide. So I think we need a guide from a professional um, Christian or Catholic. It doesn't matter. I mean, a teacher, Bible teacher, so we can understand better and more what the Bible wants to say, what God wants to say.
Yeah.
And this is the really good things. These are the really good things. These are the things that makes us happy. And after this, going into the kitchen, and for sure I know my mom's gonna be there for breakfast. When was the last time you took your mom, you saw her into her eyes and told her, "Mommy, I really appreciate you. I really love you, and thank you for making breakfast every day for me. Thank
Yeah.
you." when was the last time you hugged her? Because I know sometimes when we are growing up, when we are like in our 15s, our 18s, we don't appreciate our mom. And one of my, not regrets, but I mean lessons, is calling my mom for her name instead of calling her mom, because I was mad. And I was not mad at her, I was mad at me, and I thought I was mad at her. But when you grow up, when you are in your 25s, you start to think different. And I'm not just your mom, I mean your dad too. And then you stop judging them and asking why they didn't give me this. And then you realize that they are humans. They didn't know another way to live because they were not thought in that way.
Right.
Nobody taught them. And then you stop like, oh, it's okay.
Stop
And
judging them so much.
Exactly. And then you just start to love them, not judge them. It's your mom. She's always gonna be there. It's your dad. He's always gonna be there. If you have your parents alive, oh bro, you don't know how rich you are just because of that.
Wow.
And appreciating these things. And now myself now just talking about these things, you don't know how happy I am just talking about these positive things. And actually I am the person who has to be grateful today with all of you guys, with you, Hyuncho. Thank you, because I can speak, I can talk, and if the message is going just to one person, esto habrá valido la pena. This would be like, how can I say that in English?
Worth it, right?
Exactly. This would be worth it. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Let's wait for the take profit. Let's wait how it is going to reject there in that point.
Oh, thank you for sharing
we
that.
are talking. Yeah.
Thank you, brother,
thank you for giving me the opportunity to be here.
That was really powerful, honestly. I guess I just never really was so in that perspective of gratitude, because you're absolutely right, man. Like anybody who has their parents alive are so rich, like anybody that can spend today or can go, be in contact with their family, be close relative, best friend, doesn't have to be blood or anything, but if you can be in touch with someone that you love, like you are rich. And wow, when you said that, bro, like that really hit. That it's so true. I love that. It's so true. You are already rich.
Yeah, you are. Thank you, brother. Oh, sheesh. I feel good.
Yeah.
I feel good.
That trend line was not friendly today, huh?
I told you, it's not anymore a trend line. It's liquidity zone. That's it.
Beautiful, beautiful shorts there.
Yes, sir. Beautiful shorts today. Told you this was going to do this movement, and I did. And I could be wrong. Every day I'm wrong with my analysis, but this time I went right. But remember that I could be wrong too, and it's okay. It's okay. We just have to follow the patterns. We just have to read the chart and see how the opportunities can come into our eyes. And this is what you have to, the way to think. Like, I could be looking to buys, and I can make you lose money. But I know that at the end of the month, if I follow my trader plan, if I follow my rules, I know my wins are higher than my losses. So it's like I never know which of my trades are going to be good, like are going to go to my take profit. I really don't know. I just know that 50% of my trades are going to be correct. 60% of my trades are going to take profit. Sometimes 40% of my trades are going to be profit. Another time 70% of my trades are going to be profit. What makes me to be profitable is my risk management. It's the risk management that is going to make you profitable. Okay, let's wait, and I think we're gonna be good to end this session, the New York session.
Yeah, this was an incredible session so far. Thank you so much, bro.
Thank you, sir.
The shorts have been beautiful. I want to see this take profit get hit.
Sheesh.
My dog heard your dog. Now she started barking.
Oh, can you listen, my dog?
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, my dog heard your dog for sure. She's like started barking. She's right behind me.
Yeah, my dog is far away from here. I thought you were not listening to him.
No, yeah.
Okay. Do we have people on the YouTube chat?
Yeah, so we have a couple. So, Fabio, earlier today when you were looking at the Dow Jones mitigation towards the downside on a higher time frame, he mentioned that he was looking at the exact area, the same as you. He really liked that area as well as a long-term objective. Arion, I'm pretty sure you know Alexis, says my boy Cristobal killing it.
Sheesh.
Yeah, always showing Alexis always showing some love. Appreciate you, bro. Jerome, yep, shout out to Iffy, that's the GOAT. He helped me go through a lot of my journey. Yep. Iffy, bro. Iffy's always he's always been a huge part of this for sure. Zach said thank you for sharing that. Love that. Alexis said be, do, and have. And Eddie dropped some sevens for you, bro. We appreciate that. Every message that you've given us today. Just know that you definitely made your point come across, and I'm gonna call my mom after this meeting, and I'm gonna give her my appreciation because I definitely don't do that enough, and I know that's money that I'm leaving. I guess in other words, money that I'm leaving on the table, right? It's like I'm not taking full advantage of all the wealths that I have because I'm only looking at physical riches and like monetary values, but I've never looked at my family, the loved ones around me as wealth, you know what I mean, as part of my riches. And that's so true, bro. I'm rich in love and I'm always surrounded by people that love me, so I'm definitely going to message those individuals, and I encourage all of you guys to do the same, man. Like, go reach out to whoever put you on trading, whoever showed you about the charts, whoever put you on trading. Go message them, man. Go message them and tell them thank you, because today share with him what you learned, because you wouldn't be here without that individual today. You know, we wouldn't be sharing this time and space with without those individuals. I know I wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for the person that put me on trading and told me that, you know, there's a different way to make wealth. There's different ways in life other than working a job. There's different ways to capitalize on the world. There's different ways to go through hard times, and there's different ways to live, right? Because I come from a background of Hispanics, and they've always been very tough on like work. They've always told me that I needed to work this, needed to work that. I needed to work my ass off doing this. And you know, I don't, it's not to judge them on their beliefs or anything, right? Because our right doesn't make anybody else wrong. But it is to just acknowledge the fact that no one ever taught them this, like Cristobal said, and it's up to you to decide whether you're going to change, you know, the family traditions, the family, I guess, beliefs, right, that have been passed down from generation to generation. I've always believed that I needed to work my ass off up until I found trading. Always believed that I needed to work my ass off. And now that I've found trading, I realized that I still need to work my ass off, but there's bigger rewards out there than just manual labor and having 2-3 jobs. Because when I found trading, I was working 2-3 jobs at the time. One of my jobs was paying me $7.50 an hour. Imagine that.
Bro,
right?
That's tough.
Right? So it's just like, man, I would work so many hours, go to work at 5 a.m., get off at 3 p.m., then go to my other job at 3:30, and then be there until midnight and, you know, wash dishes, listen to people that didn't fucking like me or that I didn't really like want to listen to. And it's just, I don't know. I always believed that was the way. For years and years, I was just working my ass off because I believed that that's just what my parents did and that's what their parents did. And now I want you guys to message that individual who put you on, and whether they're directly spoken to you or indirectly. You don't have to have a connection with someone to feel gratitude towards them, and they don't have to directly teach you anything or show you anything for you to feel gratitude towards another individual. So whoever that was, whatever video, content, moment you shared with someone that put you on to this journey, go message that individual and let them know that you're grateful for today, grateful for the moment that we've all shared today, because we wouldn't be here without them. So
yes, sir.
Thank you guys. And you know, honestly, I got into some Dow shorts while we were talking, and it's playing out pretty well still. But I didn't want to interrupt our conversation. So honestly, yeah, I mean, everything's planning out beautiful. I feel that Take Profit's going to get hit here pretty shortly. And yeah, bro, I just want to say thank you so much for being here today. I want you guys to drop some sevens in the chat for Cristobal. In the description, on the description of the video, I've also tagged Cristobal and his Instagram. So if you guys want to go to the description of this video, make sure that you're giving Cristobal a follow on Instagram. All right, be sure to give him a follow. I'm also just going to share it right here on the chat, so that way you guys have it. Give me just one sec. But I want you guys to give Cristobal a follow on Instagram. If you've learned anything from today, give him some, show him some love. I'll drop this in the chat so that way you guys can give him a follow and make sure you guys stay in touch with him. But yeah, no, I appreciate you, bro. Thank you so much for taking the time to be here today. Thank you for taking the time to and providing all this energy. I promise you impact more individuals than you will ever know, bro. Thank you again.
Okay, thank you, brother. Thank you. I think it's just about to take profit right now, and I'm so grateful for today. Thank you for everything that we have today, achieved today, and well, let's get it. Let's keep going. And don't ever quit, because someday you're going to do it. All right. Thank you, Papi. See you tomorrow. See you another day. I would be grateful. And well, let's do it.
Yeah,
Thank
brother.
you for my people here on Instagram too. Thank you for being here, to being connected. I'm going to end this live. So see you soon.
Thank you, guys. All right, guys. We'll see you guys tomorrow, or I guess today's Wednesday, so I'll see you guys on Wednesday. Remember, there's no live stream tomorrow or on any Thursday, so I'll see you guys on Friday at 9 a.m. Eastern. Again, make sure that you give Cristobal a follow. The link is on the description of this video or on the chat. Okay. Much love, everyone. Take care. Please trade responsibly. Right. Study this session over. Make sure you look at the ways that Cristobal broke down the charts. And yeah, guys, take care. Peace.